I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. Look at this.
This is a beautiful house, my man. How many square feet is this?
A little bit over 20,000 square feet, 3 or 4 levels.
Money Mayweather, seems appropriate that you would be living in Vegas.
My mentality is always about,
Floyd Money Mayweather used to be the face of boxing success and massive wealth, but recent reports suggest things might not be as solid as they seem. Stephen S. Smith questions the real strength of Mayweather's business empire. Could the undefeated star now be facing his toughest challenge yet as the $42 million controversy shakes the boxing world?
The $1 Million Garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we on ESPN, this car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. It's close to 15 million. You're right, it's close to 15 million.
Floyd Mayweather spent years building his image as the highest paid athlete in the world, often boasting about earning $100 million from a single fight whenever he made headlines.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
The greatest of all time.
Now a major voice in combat sports is questioning that story. Former UFC title contender and analyst Chael Sonnen says it could be one of the biggest illusions in sports and suggests that Mayweather's reported 9-figure fight earnings might have been just a clever display with little or no truth behind it.
Phrase, fake news.
Yeah.
Why is he saying that? What does that even mean? You can trust the news. There's no such thing as people were dressed up as empty seats, and I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there, and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And it's not even close. This isn't like, it's pretty much, this isn't, there's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather, remember, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match.
While Mayweather flaunted luxury watches, private jets, and bank statements, Sonnen points out that real proof of his wealth never actually surfaced. There was no official confirmation from any network or outside source, just media reports and his own public claims.
That press release and sends it out. Never has a company that's publicly traded had an executive back those.
This raises a tough question. Was Mayweather's fortune built on real fight earnings or just hype, ego, and smart marketing? Sonnen isn't the only one questioning it. Legal disputes, unpaid jewelry claims, and a crypto scam linked to his name all add pressure. The image of money around him is starting to crack. Floyd Mayweather has always been seen as the symbol of untouchable wealth in boxing. He lived luxury daily and made money part of his identity, but behind the private jets and extravagant spending, the cracks are showing faster than most expected. Rumors about financial trouble are spreading. Few speak openly except fighters who faced him. Even Oscar de la Hoya, who was once his rival and later defended him publicly, now feels forced to face the reality.
Stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing.
Coming from a promoter who knows both the sport and the business side, de la Hoya's words didn't feel like simple criticism. They came across more like a warning about a declining financial legacy. The court cases over jewelry, hidden assets, and the growing number of exhibition fights all suggest that Mayweather's supposed billion-dollar empire might not be as solid as fans believe. The fact that de la Hoya, once his opponent in the ring, is now showing worry rather than rivalry sends a stronger signal than any financial statement. The surprising part is that Mayweather didn't stay quiet while de la Hoya spoke publicly with concern. Floyd reminded everyone of their shared business history when it comes to money and trust. Mayweather has often implied that de la Hoya wasn't always completely honest behind the scenes.
Guy up. He was fighting on my undercard. He was the co-main. We helped build this guy up. And you know what Oscar de la Hoya do? You know what Mr. Loyal Oscar de la Hoya do? I'm sorry, Miss Disloyal Oscar de la Hoya do? He take him right over to HBO and cut a deal with HBO. And when he cut the deal, he got money, but I bet Canelo didn't see none. But these are the things that people don't know about.
For a man who built his image on showing off wealth, this situation goes beyond Canelo or past business deals. Mayweather appears to be hinting at secret agreements, hidden payments, and financial moves kept out of the public. These money problems are now showing up in legal cases, unpaid debts, and quiet asset sales. It's not just money experts or retired champions questioning his empire. Fighters from his own era and former rivals are speaking out too. Logan Paul, who faced Mayweather, says he still hasn't been paid and claims the money mysteriously disappeared after their fight. His frustration and disappointment have been obvious, and he hasn't hidden how he feels.
It's not in full. Like a couple million somehow that's just missing. Where did the money go? Floyd said he could afford a Jeff Bezos-sized jet from the money he made from that fight. I ain't got a jet. Fuck, dude. I'm missing a couple million. We're gonna find it. I'll see you in court. The artist happens. Just like, mark my words, we're coming for you.
Legal battles missing large sums and cracks in Mayweather's money image keep growing. What started as a simple boxing exhibition has turned into a fight to get owed payments. Logan isn't the only one raising doubts about the numbers tied to Floyd's wealth. When fighters have to go to court just to get paid, it raises a big question. Is Mayweather's financial empire already weakening and losing its strength?
Hey!
Even as Logan Paul moved forward with his lawsuit claiming he never received full payment for their fight, Floyd didn't stay silent. True to his usual style, he responded by shifting blame to the business side and acted like the whole controversy was minor.
Like, I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when the tables turn. You know, look how many years they've been owing us money. We don't ever trip. So now when the tables turn, they say, oh, you owe us something.
On the surface, Logan said the strategy wasn't illegal or unusual for someone running their own fight promotions. It was just business. But the bigger issue, he pointed out, wasn't about making money from ticket sales. The real problem was that investors were left in the dark and millions of dollars vanished after the tickets were sold. What started as a smart business plan has slowly turned into claims of broken promises, unpaid earnings, and now legal battles. Logan's statements show a pattern that's hard to ignore. More fighters, investors, and partners are still waiting for Mayweather to pay what he owes, while his public image is still all about private jets and million-dollar shopping sprees. The cracks in the Money Mayweather brand are becoming visible, and this time the complaints aren't from reporters or former promoters. They come from the people who actually fought him. Logan Paul, who took part in one of the most watched exhibition matches of the decade with Mayweather, says the real struggle began after the final bell, when the cameras stopped. The promised payment still hadn't been received, according to him. Once Logan's statements went public, the image of Mayweather's untouchable fortune began to crumble even further. This wasn't a bitter promoter or an old rival speaking behind the scenes. It came from someone who shared the ring with him, shook the same hands, and signed the same contracts. Floyd Mayweather, who has always been proud and confident about his luxurious lifestyle, continues to show that his success is real. His words remind everyone of the wealth he's earned through hard work and smart business decisions.
Lawsuit, he had an investor pay $1.4 million in total for this section, and the investor was promised that the seats would sell at I think a 7 to 8x multiple, and he expected a return on his investment, and sure enough, he didn't get his initial investment back. He strung along, he gets like 100K here and there, strung along, not getting paid. Now his investment allegedly is being rolled into Floyd's alleged fight with Manny Pacquiao, and so the investors being strung along in this thing, and eventually, like us, it's like, yo, we're simply not getting paid in full. Like, we've been fucking dragged along for way too long now, and this guy finally filed a lawsuit against Floyd Mayweather.
These words do more than show off. They show that despite challenges inside and outside the ring, Mayweather remains a financial powerhouse with a lifestyle many in sports and beyond envy. While Floyd Mayweather keeps earning money and leading the boxing world, not everyone agrees with his recent choices. Critics like Stephen A. Smith have criticized his decision to fight exhibition matches against non-boxers, especially the high-profile fight with Logan Paul. In Smith's view, Floyd risks his legendary reputation by facing opponents who don't belong in the ring, and is lowering the overall value of his career. For Smith, Mayweather's moves show he is
something that you can't disclose
he has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
short a few million.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this for the court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to...
While Smith admits that Floyd's ability to make money is unmatched, he criticizes promoting fights that don't showcase real boxing skill in his view exhibition matches against people like Logan Paul who have no real boxing background damage Mayweather's legacy, and weaken the sport's credibility. Smith believes Floyd has already proven everything, and should focus on protecting his legendary status instead of taking attention-grabbing fights that don't add value to his career, they say the higher you climb the harder you fall, and for Floyd Mayweather that fall may already be happening behind the scenes. The man who once counted millions on camera showing cash like it was nothing is now facing lawsuits, unpaid bills, and rumors that his financial empire is cracking for years. Mayweather convinced everyone he was untouchable, the pay-per-view king, the master of luxury, the man who turned boxing into a billion-dollar business. But what if the money was never really there? What if the private jets, the diamond chains, and the flashy bank statements were just props in the biggest financial illusion the fight world has ever seen?
When everything is okay, I still got my private jets. Let me put an S on that because I got 3 of them. Still got my private jets. I still have all my beautiful homes, still have all my properties everywhere. And
while Smith admits that Floyd's ability to make money is unmatched, he criticizes promoting fights that don't showcase real boxing skill in his view exhibition matches against people like Logan Paul who have no real boxing background damage Mayweather's legacy, and weaken the sport's credibility. Smith believes Floyd has already proven everything, and should focus on protecting his legendary status instead of taking attention-grabbing fights that don't add value to his career, they say the higher you climb the harder you fall, and for Floyd Mayweather that fall may already be happening behind the scenes. The man who once counted millions on camera showing cash like it was nothing is now facing lawsuits, unpaid bills, and rumors that his financial empire is cracking for years. Mayweather convinced everyone he was untouchable, the pay-per-view king, the master of luxury, the man who turned boxing into a billion-dollar business. But what if the money was never really there? What if the private jets, the diamond chains, and the flashy bank statements were just props in the biggest financial illusion the fight world has ever seen?
Great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never gonna stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match, all right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your...
The $42 million scandal is more than just a headline. It's a warning behind the designer clothes and staged Instagram posts. The truth about Floyd's so-called fortune is starting to show this time. No amount of PR can save the Money Mayweather brand from serious trouble. And if you think the $42 million controversy ends here, think again. The deeper you dig, the worse it looks for Floyd beneath all the Instagram filters and private jet photos. The real Floyd may be a victim of his own ego, a man so focused on appearing rich he forgot to actually stay rich. And when Stephen A. Smith questions your finances on national TV, it's no longer just critics, it's a sign the walls are closing in. Floyd Mayweather didn't just sell fights, he sold the idea of untouchable wealth. But without the flashy watches and fake bank statements, what's left is a man running out of time and luck. And judging by these lawsuits and missing money, the $42 million scandal may not have been just a bad deal, it could be the final blow to the Money Mayweather myth. So what do you think? Is Mayweather's money empire really falling apart, or has he been fooling the world all along?
Crazy, but it's happening. Yeah, 50 Cent is pretty much exposing the fact that Floyd Mayweather is having issues, but it was not 50 that started it. It was actually Business Insider.
Floyd Mayweather is stepping into Manhattan's multi-family ring in a big way. The retired boxers has gone into a contract to pay $420 million for a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio with more than 60 buildings, according to sources familiar to the deal. Josh Gotti of Black Spruce Management is the seller, and Black Spruce Magazine declined comment. It says also here, that the investor partnered with Maynard Orchard on a $1.8 billion deal for 1,766 units spanning 6 rental buildings and in